everybody's talking about right now is Offset going to Brooklyn, hanging with GD gang members. You gotta ask yourself, at a time like now, they just had a gang meeting with the mayor of New York. Violence is out of control in Brooklyn, the Bronx. Young dudes getting killed left and right. There's woo stuff, chose, GDs, all this type of stuff. And the main thing people are upset about is because Offset threw up a woo down gang sign. On the thumbnail, I'm not definitely sure if that's the sign that they're talking about, but he threw up allegedly a sign that's dissing woo. And the question you got to ask yourself is for what? What's the reason of him going to New York to hang around a bunch of gang members, throwing up gang signs like that out in the open at a time like now, all the turmoil? They just had a meeting with the mayor. If the people that's in that video don't know, I'm here to tell you if you ever see this video. If they didn't know you was a gang member before, now they do now. Because now they have pictures of everybody who was out there, video of everybody who was out there with Offset. You're going to be under surveillance now if you wasn't already. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing productive about Offset going to New York, throwing up, hanging around gang members and throwing up gang signs. And allegedly a disrespectful gang sign at that. Like I said, the picture, I'm not totally sure if that's the sign they talking about, but everybody's saying that he threw up a gang sign that's dissing the Woos or the Woes in New York. The group that Pop Smoke was a part of. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here and pretend that I'm up on all the knowledge of all these gangs. Like I don't know about all that stuff. I just know what I hear on the internet. I'm not involved in nobody in gangs. I don't talk to people in gangs. I don't know nothing about gangs at all besides what I see on the internet. So at a time like now, like I said, did they send this Joker up to New York to get people indicted? Is that what this was for? Like send you to Brooklyn, to the hood, the middle of where shit is popping at and going down at. You know what I'm saying? Surround yourself with all these gang members, with this gang talk. So now the police know. If the police didn't know, they know now for sure who the gang members are in that area. They know everybody out there with Offset is a gang member. Because that's what they went there to do. Throw up some gang stuff, talk some gang stuff. And Offset himself also. If this is not no big conspiracy thing that bring people down, he just put himself into the mix. You know what I'm saying? Just put himself into the fire. And why? Joker, you got millions of dollars. You know what I mean? You rich. Callan Cho said it's very possible. And I just see on the news, him and Cardi B was in Brooklyn. They went out somewhere to eat. The bill was like $3,000. They left a $1,400 tip. You know what I'm saying? Living a good life. Why go out and promote some gang stuff? You live in a life like that where you can drop a $1,400 tip and you out here running around with gangs and throwing up gang stuff, dissing opposite gangs. You know what I'm saying? Throwing the fuel on the fire in New York. And make no mistake about it, New York is not Chicago or LA or wherever. In New York, they run down on people who are involved with gangs. New York City does not play that gang stuff. Go back to Bobby Schmurder and them. You can go back before that. I'm just saying, but anybody who they think is even forming to look like a strong group of people in New York, they run down on. New York, they don't just run up and run out down on the block. They take the whole entire section down. There be indictments in New York 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 people at a time they took down with a RICO charge because they're associated with a gang. That's how they do it in New York. It's not like in Chicago. They let Joker just run rampant for years. Might go and grab them up every now and then. New York is different. You will get grabbed up in New York just for being associated with a gang member. You know what I'm saying? Find yourself in deep trouble somehow just because you was talking to a person. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the thing with Offset was or what that was about, but it looks to me like he could have been used by somebody to go up there and stir up some controversy, some gang violence, some nonsense. What other than that? What use was it? What sense did it make to go up there and do? There was no productive reason for him to go to New York with gangs and throwing up gang signs and be in the middle of gang conversation. You know what I'm saying? You were a millionaire. You left there. You went to a restaurant with a $3,000 bill and left a $1,400 tip. You know what I'm saying? The people where you was with again earlier in the day can't do that or not doing that. You know what I mean? So I just don't understand what people be doing and thinking, man. It just don't make no sense. But Offset was way out of pocket for doing that. That shit didn't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say about that.